Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel, coming back at you. Another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, see, folks, I played a video series of videos I do for the One. I go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, and folks, I'm going to talk about stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff that, at the time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie, this wasn't the most appropriate day for this particular review. But we'll get to that in a moment. Yes, indeed, folks, it's a super simple format. I'm going to go over there and try out food and or drink-related items. I'm going to let you know, how they taste, how they feel, how they make me feel. Which is really the most important part for me, and really the part that is the hardest to express to you, because how you feel versus how I feel, we're all very special individuals. What I'm getting at. I'm inside the truck. I'm wearing grody work clothes. Typically when those two things coincide, that means that I was on my way home from work and I found some shit to review. It's pretty much the case today. I did get off work. I wouldn't exactly say I found this, but I was like, yeah, I'll go do this. So, what is this that I'm talking about, and why is it not the best day for it? Well, folks, we're taking another trip back to, boom, the Tropical Smoothie Cafe. Ooh, Tropical Smoothie Cafe, ooh. This is their strawberry hibiscus lemonade. It's all frozen. That is actually the reason why it's not the best day to have gone over there and done this review, because at the time I'm doing this, despite the fact that we're at the end of April, 'tis snowing a bit. Now, most people are all aghast at the fact that, how could it be? I'm perfectly fine with it. I hate dealing with the heat, so I'm okay with it. But definitely a weird time for a frozen treat. But just like, whatever, man. Great thing about Tropical Smoothie Cafe is that they're open really early. And when you tend to work late, you have limited options. So I actually did a couple of reviews for Tropical Smoothie Cafe stuff. I did their Paradise Point smoothie and a strawberry balsamic flatbread. Go watch those videos. I actually uploaded those just about an hour ago at the time I'm doing this. So I posted up 2 reviews from Tropical Smoothie Cafe, and then I'm going to replace them with 2, because you better believe that I have another one coming. But let's get to this one first, and we'll see how it goes. I can kind of smell it through the straw. Ooh. Ooh, I like that a bunch. I like it. This is super tasty. I wasn't sure how they were going to introduce the hibiscus aspect, because hibiscus, it's like a floral aspect, and I've had hibiscus in various food and drink things. It's not entirely uncommon at this point. It can be used really effectively, or it can be absolutely terrible, depending on how it's used. Because, like, floral flavorings can be really good, but if they're not done properly, it kind of just tastes like you went over there and were, playing some tag football out on, the soccer field or some shit. I don't know. Went over there and face dived to go over there and get the ball and just ate it into a bunch of daisies. So, that was such a weird metaphor that just kept going. But in this, it's super good because it just acts as like this really interesting little accent that kind of comes in, it hits, and then it's gone, but it's super good. That's so cool. So, like the strawberry and the lemonade, those definitely mix really well, which makes sense. Strawberry lemonade's a thing. It's been around for a long ass time. But it works really well. The strawberry is really, really tasty. The lemonade aspect is a little bit more subdued. I wouldn't say it's definitely not by any means the most prominent aspect of it, but it's mixed in with the strawberry. So you get like the fruitiness of the strawberry, but instead of getting like any of the, the bite of the strawberry, that you might normally get, you instead get like more of a citrus hit from the lemonade. But it's not, I wouldn't say it's particularly tangy or sour. But it gives you a little bit. Gives you just a little bit, but it's definitely way more sweet than sour. But the super cool part is, like, just as the strawberry is kind of reaching the crescendo, the peak of its flavor, you get the hibiscus aspect. And the cool thing is because it's sort of in between the freshness of, like, the strawberry flavor and sort of the citrus of the lemonade, it almost acts like mint a little bit. It almost has like a cooling sensation, like an herbal sort of cooling sensation. It's so cool. And then it just, at the very taper end of it, after the cooling aspect is kind of faded back, you get a little hint of that flowery aspect. Just that little hibiscus hit. This is so cool. I like this a bunch. The Paradise Point smoothie that I got sometime back, I was really hopeful for because it was like, I think strawberry, banana, and pineapple, and everybody knows I love pineapple. It's just the thing. I'm a pineapple slut. I should get that on a shirt. But you folks know, if I do, it will show up in a review at some point. But anyway, and that was a good smoothie for what it was, but it was disappointing. This one, I have to admit, I tried it because it's one of their new items, and I was like, okay, I'll give it a shot. But I didn't know what to expect going into it, and it's super good. Like, it's refreshing. Every aspect of it makes for a really refreshing smoothie because the strawberry is this really fresh taste. Then you've got like I said, the sort of citrus aspect from the lemonade aspect, and then just that hibiscus in the middle. That just, for me, perfectly seals the deal. It would have been a very good drink without that, but it just would have been a frozen strawberry lemonade. By having that little hit in there, it just turns it into a completely different drink. Even though it's still familiar, it accentuates it in such a cool way. I like this bunches and bunches. But, 2 questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? Yes, and oh my god, yes. So, I would 100% get this again. I don't know if this is going to be like a limited time item, or if it's going to be, normal part of their menu or whatever. If it isn't, it needs to be. This is super good. I would definitely go back and get this again. And the cool thing is like, it's such a unique thing. Like, I could only go to Tropical Smoothie Cafe to get this experience, so it gives me more reason to go there. And as for recommending it, yes. I don't know who wouldn't like this. I mean, if you're somebody who's maybe a bit hesitant because you're not familiar with, certain ingredients, maybe you haven't had any experience with like hibiscus as a flavoring, I would say this is a great place to start because it is used so well. It is super duper good, and I think it's a great drink. So, anyway, enough fawning! 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of the week, monumental rest of the month, stupendous rest of your year. Folks, you can go over there and have yourselves a truly hibiscus-tastic rest of your life, because that's the thing that I just invented. I don't know dick all about hibiscus. I mean, like I said, outside, I think it's like a flower. Seems like a flower, or I'm going to call it a flower. But, it's a thing. It's been around probably for millions of years. Some shit, it's been doing its thing. Not a bad thing to emulate. Plus, maybe you end up in a delicious smoothie and eaten by a fat guy for YouTube. If that's your particular thing. There's a whole fetish for that. Anyway, final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity in the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do if you can't do it all the time, I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Now, folks, it's not always the easiest thing to do in the world. Trust me. Things can be really stressful, very distressing. We have all these things that we have to deal with on a day-to-day basis. It's rough. It's really rough. It's important when we run into situations where we find ourselves frustrated or upset take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, maybe you're going to go over there. Maybe you're going to try yourself out a strawberry, hibiscus, lemonade, what the fuck ever drink that I just had over at Tropical Smoothie Cafe. And maybe you're going to go over there and be like, man, this is really good. That guy on the YouTube, he knew what the fuck he was talking about. And it's going to be so good, you're going to be like, man, I wonder what else we can add hibiscus to. So then you're going to go over there, you're going to go out and you're going to cultivate your own hibiscus. I don't know how that's done. I don't even know if it's a flower, but I think it's a flower. And you're going to go over there, you're going to find different hibiscus tacos and hibiscus burger and all types of things. And you're going to find the perfect combinations. You're going to be the hibiscus master, okay? It's going to be your whole moniker. One day you're going to go over there, you're going to leave your hibiscus empire to your kids. Historically, that hasn't gone well. Chances are there'll be like a power struggle and a whole thing, and, you know, eventually they'll just end up splitting things up anyway. But, you know, you had a good run. Or conversely, you could not do that, and maybe just go over there and get yourself one of these. This is really good. It's a good way to start the day. Bye!